Good evening. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Thursday, February 26th. Nice action over the last couple of days. Granted, it doesn't show up in the major indices. As you can see, we've got a couple of red candles, but we had a nice rally back yesterday. We were nicely higher today, and then we sold off the last couple of hours on the session. Part of the reason of that was healthcare stocks got pretty hammered on Obama's new plan, and then, of course, the financial terror network, CNBC, was doing its best yet again to bash the market. This time, hyping the FDIC news that there was 270 banks on its troubled list, up from 170. Of course, they don't mention that bad bank failures over the last year have been among the lowest in the last decade. So, things are bad, but, these clowns on CNBC continue to point out the negative and ignore the positive. 15-minute chart. As you can see, we've broken out of this bullish falling wedge, and as we do every single time we've seen this formation over the last several months, we're consolidating in a couple of 100-point range, getting ready for our next golden cross with the 50-day crossing up through the 200-day moving average. This could happen tomorrow. More than likely it happens Monday, and as is usually the case, we usually see at least 200 to 300 points on the upside on a cross here. So we'd be looking for at least 7,400 by early Tuesday. Again, looking at the Fibonacci retracement on this, I still think we have a good chance of getting to 75 to 7,700 near term. All the indicators are oversold near term. This bear raid late in the day was really on no volume and just a bunch of bashing on TV, crybabies whining about their taxes. One quick point on that, they talk about taxing the rich. The tax laws are made so that the rich don't pay taxes. If you haven't realized that yet, you got your head in the sand. All these loopholes and tax deductions and whatnot, the rich don't pay that much. It's just CNBC doing their usual negative spin, as we've seen many, many times. SMH, very nice action on this one over the last couple of days. We entered it 1620 on Friday with a 1730 to 50 target. We hit that on the nose today. Sent out the alert. We booked our gains, and then the SMH fell back late in the day. Would be looking to add back that scalp position, 1650 and under. The lower, the better. After hours, we had Dell come out and report dismal earnings. The latest tech company to report crappy earnings, and the stock was up. And as I've been saying, nothing but bad news in tech land over the last month, and the stocks continue to, ignore the bad news. They either trade flat or go slightly up. That tells you techs are washed out. The sellers have washed out. And this is the early signs of a sector becoming the new leader. So that is positive. Again, medium-term target, at least to move back to 19 over the next month is what we're looking for on the SMH. Would love a little bit more weakness tomorrow so we can add our scalp back for the next run up. VIX continues to break down. Again, a break below the 200-day moving average, and, things will be nice for a little March rally for all intents and purposes. Oil, big move in the last couple of days on oil, which is a good sign. We want to see oil, move higher and the commodities move higher, because that's tended to mean, stocks have gone up. Also, you'll notice today we heard some rumblings about inflation. 3 weeks ago we were worried about deflation. Now all of a sudden they're talking about inflation again. But oil might be a little overextended near term, so would look for a possible pullback, but would not be surprised to see a move to 50 on oil in the month of March. Another commodity to keep an eye on is gold. As I mentioned, it was having trouble with its 200-day moving average over the last week, and we had that breakdown. But over the next month, we're possibly looking at a golden cross on the daily chart, 50-day up through the 200-day. And as you know, because I just discussed it with the Dow, very bullish formation. So, I'm going to start putting together some gold plays for us. I'm not saying we're going to rush out and buy them in the next few days, but we're possibly looking at a very bullish setup in gold in the next month or two. So, early heads up that we're going to be looking at that at least going into the summer. Financials, big winners for us over the last couple of days. UYG, we picked up a scalp position yesterday, 220, almost 50-cent gain on this one in a day. Can't argue with a 15 to 20% gain in a day. We sent out the alert. We booked our gains on this scalp, still holding our core for a move back above 3, and would look to add a scalp position on this one if it dips back again to the 220, 230 area. GNW is our other play on the financials. It's been trading water over the last couple of days. It's a buy in the 130s, a sell in the 150s, and until that trend, stops working, we're going to continue to do that. Still oversold, and if we see a sustained move in the financials in the next few days, no reason why this one can't get back to the 20-day exponential. And as you can see in previous tanks, this one always goes back to its 20-day. That's $1.94 right now. ETFC is our other financial play. Been hitting one over the last couple of sessions and then getting smacked down. This action is typical for ETFC and for stocks that trade in the 90-cent area. It takes them a couple of attempts to break out, and then when they break out, they just go boom. As you can see, back in November when it broke below 1 the last time, it did the same kind of action and then whoop, went up 25% in the matter of one. Actually, in one day it went up 25%. So that is what we're looking on this one. Indicators all pretty oversold, and we're getting ready to get a cross over 20 on the stochastics. That should light the candle on this stock. If you're hesitant in holding it, stops 87 cents. Otherwise, 80 cents would be your stops. ELN, I hate talking about this stock. I really hate it. I just wanted to get bought out. Crappy management, but stock has been down. It's only one green day in the last 2 weeks, and that is typical of ELON before it goes into a new uptrend. It falls for about 2 weeks and then rises for about a week and a half. So breakout would be 650. Target a move over 7. Stochastics, again, under 20, which has always been a buy signal in this stock for the last 5 years. So let's see how this one plays out near term. RFMD was a trading alert yesterday. Tech stock, pretty beaten down. Had a nice spike early in the day today to 99 cents and then backed off a little. Breakout is a move over $1.04, and just like the last time, would be looking for a volume spike on this one, and then boom, a move to $1.20. Indicators really oversold. Stochastics down in the basement, and just like it was the last time. So keep a close eye on this one for a nice move in the near term. LJPC, La Jolla Pharmaceuticals. This is our, bio play, had a bio tank. Looks like it possibly put in a capitulation low today. Huge volume. Funds sold out. They always sell out on the bottom. And we had a green close today. Again, looking for a move 12 to 15 cents on this one based on the cash it has. And, these kind of stocks, it's trading below bankruptcy price, and they've got cash. So, bankrupt stocks are trading higher than this one right now. Seems to be a pretty good risk-reward play for a penny biotech stock. BCON continues to tread water. We're just going to sit on this one. This is the electrical grid play. It will be in play for the rest of the year. So just a quick mention, yes, it's still, treading water. But, we should be getting ready for another one of its spikes back up to the 50-cent area. So that's it for the video. We could see more of the same that we saw today in tomorrow's market. But looking for a nice little spike in the near term based on the golden cross that's coming. And, that's it for the video. See you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.